Hi, how's it going? I'm Mike and I am tired. I have been working on a project for sorting, organizing, recognizing, processing, batching, uploading Pokemon cards from my shelves to eBay. And what started out as me grabbing a handful of cards and sitting down and individually researching cards and figuring out what to write in a listing and coming up with titles, like doing it all manually, which could easily take 15 to 20 minutes at the worst per card. I've been able to get the system going using ChatGPT and Codex, mostly Codex. I don't know how they're different. I guess they speak to each other, but they're different systems. In VS Code to create this Pokemon Card Manager app. I'm going to grab some cards off my shelf, and I'm only going to grab 5 just for demonstration purposes to test the system. And then I'm going to shut off the video and take pictures of it really quick. I don't really have a second camera to record myself doing that. Maybe I could use the laptop has a webcam. Maybe I could turn that on. Hi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all the same card. That's kind of annoying. They're all... I'm trying to use the front-facing camera and this isn't working for me. They're all bills. Lots of bills. Okay, well, first thing, I've got to number the sleeves. Give those a second to dry. Alright, next I need to actually take the pictures of the cards. It's 3 pictures each. I'm gonna go grab that light over here, set it up so it shines across so that I get a good, well-lit photo. I don't know if I can screen record while I'm taking pictures, but I'm going to try. Actually, if that works, turn the microphone on. I don't know if this will work, but let's see what happens when I hit the capture. Oh, so far so good. I guess at the worst, there's a little audio here. I'm just gonna not talk while I do this. Okay, so this isn't going to sound pretty. We're using the built-in microphone and the computer's fans are going nuts right now for some reason. I need to airdrop the photos to the computer so that I can run them through the system and show you kind of what it looks like. So bear with me for 1 second. We've got 15 selected. I'm gonna just do them for now and I'll send the video later. I'll probably edit this tomorrow. It's 11:13 right now. I'm pretty tired. Okay, those have arrived. So let's make a new folder. 2026 02 and 3A. Let's go with that. Got all our photos. Now we go to copy the path. And we're going to switch over to the browser and go to add photos, paste in the path, import the photos. How many times am I going to say photos? Alright, so let's double check that's still recording. Looks like it is. Okay, now we can go to the patch. First things first, it already converted to JPEGs. Now we need to run our corner model against it, and it's not perfect yet. We're going to detect corners, which we can watch happen if we scroll down. I'm thinking I'm going to make this be a pop-up that comes up on the middle of the screen, so you can see it happening if you don't know to scroll down. Now that that's done, okay, now we have a rough idea of where the corners are, so let's go and review that. It's not perfect, obviously. It was working pretty good at one point a short while ago, and I'm not 100% sure what happened. Probably all my fighting with Codex to build this all-in-one system is causing issues. I'm just going to get close enough, and then I'll go back and do a second pass and nudge things perfect. But I have to do this 15 times. So I'm going to stop talking and shut off the webcam. Okay, so I have fixed all my corners. Now the next step is to warp the run flat. So I know there's a button right there that says warp run flat, but I'm going to do it from the batches page because I'm 100% sure it works from here. I need to go through and like clean everything up. For the last, I don't even know how many days, like 40 days, I've been, do it? Yeah. I have been working on this, trying to get it done so that I could start getting products up again. Products, Pokemon cards. Alright, next we go to generate our square crops. That'll pop in when it's done. Crops are done. Now we can identify our cards. Let's go ahead and run the identification. Why am I talking like this? It's probably going to think they're all from normal base set or from one of the expansions, but we know it's base 4 once this is done. Yeah, they're all on the wrong one. It is fine. Base set 2. Save the next. Base set 2. Save next. An idea I've had now that I have hashes for all of these cards I've photographed and a library. Let me change that one. Anyhow, I have a library that I could use to improve my automatic identification. Like, once I've identified one card, why couldn't I just... I wish I could see that. Can I do this? So where will it work? No? Why did it switch to jungle? One moment. I need to copy and paste that. Oh, I put the wrong number in the stinking box. Next. It's 4. It's too soon. Hello? There you are. I didn't even have to type things in. Save and next. Okay. So that weird little tangent I was attempting to have was, now that I have these images hashed in the system, if I ever have another base set 2 bill scanned in, there's going to be the one from the main library, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these, plus any other ones that I happen to have. I think I already put up a couple earlier, like 2 or 3. So once I figure out how I'm going to do that extra hashing thing, then I should have a better identification system. Well, I guess we'll find out. But anyhow, we're done with the identification step. We've identified the cards. Let's move on to the next step. Let's hop back up to batches. Could have just clicked on. I've been trying to make sure that back to the batch button is easily found everywhere. Anyhow, next step, review quality. First things first, we need to automatically tag all the cards in the run with front, sleeved, front, and back. So we'll do that now. It's done. So we've got front, sleeved, front, back. If we notice any defects on any of these cards, then I'm going to mark it now, because I want to attempt to train another model that can review cards, find their defects, and point them out, so I don't have to do this stuff in the future. But if I do it now, it could automatically classify the cards in damaged, played, or near mint. Or I guess I could just use eBay's actual sorting, but I like the 3 sorting system. This mostly looks played. There's a little bit of whitening here and there. I don't see scratches, just kind of slight scuffing from having been played with. So maybe besides a couple of white dots. And one of the white dots in the pictures isn't here on the actual card. So it must have been a speck of dust or something. Well, I'm going to do this just so I can demonstrate. So we select the side of the card. We select what we are going to box in. We go to add a box. And there's whitening on these edges. And there's whitening here. I don't always trust what I see in the picture, although I'm sure it's more accurate than this right here because there's a darker background. But I do try to just look at the card and see if I notice any bits of edge whitening. I don't know how specific I should be in these boxes. I just know that if I collect the data, I can use it later, hopefully. We shall see. Anyhow, I'm just going to put this as played. Alright. And I didn't see anything on the front, so we're not going to worry about that. Let's say the next. Okay. Front looks good. There's something on the front, though. Right there. Stuck to the surface. I don't know if it's something that would come off. There's like a bump, a little bit of whitening on the back, but otherwise just kind of has that played appearance. So we'll go with played. We'll go ahead and mark that thing down there. So let's set this to front. I've never done one of these before. Stain or spot. Let's go with that. Add a box. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. Because, okay, good. I was worried that it wouldn't lock it in place when I started to draw it. It's the first time I've had to do that zoomed in. Is that top left corner have a bend or a crease? Kind of looks like it does in the picture. Oh yeah, I should click on done boxing so that I can zoom in easily. See, in the picture you see that line. I kind of see it. I could put that under cornerware maybe. I need a better background. It's like straining my eyes just to see. Alright, come on mouse, why are you working? Okay. Yeah, I think we might do a couple of cornerwares just because those are obviously cornerware. Where are you? There you are, right in front of me. Cornerware, minor add box. So we're gonna go ahead and put this corner in. And we need to get a better mouse. This corner. Let's check the colors too. Sometimes if I only look with one eye, I see the glare better. But anyway, bottom corners don't look bad. And then on the back, lightning. Let's go ahead. I need to find a better way to end this. Like, I want to be able to hit escape, but I can't remember if I actually had it done that way. So if I don't remember to click that, then it can cause me problems. Anywho, let's set this to back. Lightning. Add. Definitely in this corner. Definitely in that corner. Yeah, definitely corner. See, in that situation, shouldn't I mark the back with that as well? Because this is a backs example of cornerware. I wish maybe there's a way to add a double tag. Or to be like, these boxes are also cornerware. That said, it's still a really good example of a played card. I mean, next down is damaged, and at least in my system, next down is damaged. So, let's go ahead and mark it. I forgot to put that. I wonder how hard it is to draw over existing boxes. That's kind of annoying. Yeah, I think in a future update to this system, I want it to let you give boxes multiple tags if they happen to overlap a particular issue. Like, yeah, you will get whitening when you have cornerware. You will get whitening when you have edgeware. It almost makes it feel a little redundant to have both, but maybe there's a good reason to have both. Anyhow, save and next. We are almost halfway through. I am really tired. It's 11:35 now. Number 3. This one is at best played. There's no bends and creases. There's whitening. Oh. Okay, well, let's just get the tags in and get on with it. Same thing. Front. That. For reason can't feel it. Maybe we'll mark that. What is that? I need to get this alphabetized. Stain or spot. And I also need to get some glasses. I'm tired of squinting. Done. Okay, on the next thing that I need to mark, I'm going to hit escape when I'm done, just to see if it actually works. So set it up for back. This is going to be annoying if I mark like 7 of these and it doesn't save it when I hit escape, and it just cancels it. But, and then I'll know, I guess. Definitely top left corner. And whole left side, really. See, in this situation, I think you should go like this. And then just go like from here to here. And I'll just go over it. Maybe I don't want to be so focused on like individual spots. Maybe I just want. I don't know how you're supposed to decide what you are directing the model's attention at. Like, do I just tag this picture with whitening, edge wear, the spot, etc., and train a model to know that when it sees a picture like this, that it has that kind of feature, but I don't necessarily have to actually draw its attention to the locations of the whitening? Okay, what happens when I hit escape? Okay, well, we did ask it to do that then. Yeah, I don't know a lot about model training. I just know the one that I've been breeding, if you will, for the corner finding was doing really good. And then when I switched rooms and changed lighting, and yeah, I don't know. It's just, it feels like it's regressed. And I'm pretty sure I'm just using the wrong model. Maybe the wrong model is hard coded. And even though I'm putting the right model in the text box, it's just completely ignoring it. I don't know. System works good enough to actually use it. We will dive into weird stuff like that later. For now, I just need to finish this so I can go to sleep. This one has corner wear on the front, up, right, corner wear. It's still minor. It's not horrible. It's kind of like they slid it in and out around other cards for a while or something. Top left has a little bit as well. That's the bottom. Yeah, all the corners have corner. So once I finish this, what I should do is hit escape, switch this to back, add box. I mean, corner goes from the back to the front, right? So corner. What if I do it from in here? It would be easier. Corner. And then we need to hit escape, and then we're going to grab whitening box. I'm just gonna say this is a candidate where I just go around the edges and say, yep, whitening. There's whitening. There's whitening. There's whitening. And I don't want to get a whole bunch of random crap when I'm trying to select this. And there's whitening. And escape. Anything else? I don't see any creases, bends, dents, dings, scratches. Maybe like a really faint one. But I don't even know if this will pick it up. It goes right through the 96. But I don't really see it on the actual card picture. Well, kind of. There's like a gray discoloration right here. Maybe that's it. See, I don't know. Do I circle things like that? Is a model going to pick up on that later? Save and next. Wait, go back. You still played. Save, previous. I still think that one was played too. Save, previous. You know, in a future update of this, maybe as you're circling in the defects, it just automatically categorizes it into one of the many tiers for sorting cards by quality. That would be a really good reason to, well, I mean, I'm already kind of explaining that was the purpose of this. But right now I'm having to go back and click on played and click on save and go previous because I forgot to do that on a few of them. So we're back to the first card. That one's marked, and condition. This one we haven't done yet, so that should be number 5. Yeah. That would be our first damaged card of this set. It has a crease that we can see on the back and on the front. The front is more of an indent or a outdent. It's not an indent. It's just from the crease from the back. So we'll go ahead and say crease right at the top. For the back, we'll say crease. For the front, we'll say bend warping. And it's just that one spot, right? Yeah, right above the left side of the end. There's another one over here, following the curve of this down to here. So we'll go a little wide, grab it. Okay. Is there anything that comes through? It's like someone was holding it like this and they bent the card down on accident, like against their knuckle. Interesting. In that case, for that whole area, front, bend, warping, add box, bend box. We'll go with moderate, whole top left corner, up to the R, and to the top of his brow, basically. Okay. Check with that. Okay, now we also need an indentation. Go with minor. That was really hard to see those lines. We want corner where, top left and bottom left. Okay. Obviously, we've got tightening and scuffing, and something stuck to the back of the card. So, back, let's go with the spot right there. Yeah. You could also use these to make one hell of a detailed eBay listing. Imagine posting this alongside it. People would be like, holy cow, I don't know if I want to buy this or not. It literally shows everything. Okay, unboxing, full sets. I don't know why I keep on scrolling down to click that. I've taught myself that already. Now we need the Latin. And yeah, we're just going to do the entire sides. I think that's probably enough for this. Got it all done. We've got that. Well, we haven't saved it yet. Go ahead and save and next. That should tell us that we are done. Last group reached. Yeah, a card is called a group in the system because it's a group of photos of a card. And I haven't bothered having that updated yet, and I don't know if I want to or not. So we'll hop back to our batch. It's up here. Open the batch. Now we just need to go to our listing stuff. eBay specifics. eBay listing generator. Okay. So the way my SKU system works right now is it takes the batch ID, which in this case is today's date -B, because this is the second batch we've done today. If I do multiple batches in a day, I'm just having it alphabetize the subsequent batches.
so that I can keep them in order and find them when things sell. But I don't imagine I'm going to go from A to Z in a single day, so it should be fine. Each card is organized by the number it's brought in, which is why I number the cards sleeve before I put them in the system. The number for the first three images, that group will be 1. The second 3 images group will be 2, 3, etc. I have kind of canned description that explains my quality process, my shipping. Here, I can just show it to you actually. So I just click on edit, and this is kind of what it's like. Here's my condition guide. There's my shipping info, a little more shipping info. Basically, people ask about combined shipping. So I put it in here so they would have the answer before they send me a message. Here is how I handle shipping things out depending on how much they cost. And because we have all the labels in the system, I'm taking advantage of those, what do we even call tokens, I guess. In other systems, I think they're called like tags, but tokens. But yeah, we can pull up a whole lot of different things if we wanted to. I actually would like to change this thing. This isn't a card detail. This is like an inventory thing. I like it. See, normally you could do that and it would end it. So we're going to cheat. Oh, okay. So you found a bug, I guess. And then what is it? Command Option Shift V. Okay. Never gonna get used to having a Mac. Like on a Windows, I would know the keystroke to jump back to the beginning or end of a word or of a line of a paragraph, and on here it's like I don't know. All right, that's mostly there for me. So save template, close. We want to refresh this because that needs to get updated. Next, we're going to. So I had this. Basically, I went and I searched for one of my cards that I needed a price for. And then I copied the URL to the sales page that I had already tweaked to show only Abra cards of a particular quality type, like near mint, played, or damp, or heavily played. Anyways, when I click this, it automatically pulls up build. It should pull up the quality, but sometimes if there aren't a lot of recently sold in the quality you're looking for, it doesn't really work. As you can see, there's not even an option to set the card quality. But it seems like lightly played's going for $1 to $1.50 or so. Some of them are going really cheap. That's why I don't do auctions. I'd rather list it and wait a few months, years, who knows. How does lightly plays the price fluctuates so much? That's 4 of them. What did I set my last ones to? Let's go to listings, active. Need to sort by start date. Okay, played came into $1. So we'll just do the same thing on that one. All right, back over here. There we go. Any bill that is played will be $1. Bill. Heavily damaged bill. 75 cents, I guess. I don't know if anyone's gonna buy it anyways. Alright, so we've got our pictures, we've got our SKUs, titles are all set. This is all good to go. I can't think of anything else to do, so I'm going to go ahead and generate the CSV and output folders. That gives me this right here that tells me where the CSV of all this is. So I'm going to come over here to my reports tab, uploads. I'm going to upload a template, choose file. This is the wrong folder, but I recently learned that I can hit Control-Shift-G, paste in the right path. Now I'm in the right folder. There was a problem processing my file. But why? Oh, because I've been logged out. Let's try that again, shall we? I was like, shoot, did something break? Alright, try it again. It is now 11:55. Processing. Alright, it's completed. As you can see, I had a lot of trial and error today. Completed listing. Complete listings. First, we will select all, resume drafts. Once we're here, I'm going to organize it by the SKU because I want to make sure that I put the pictures on the right things. I'll start with pictures. As you can see, there's a lot of things that could have been automated that aren't yet, that I would like to. It looks like I have to raise the price. Set that to $1. Buy it now price must be greater. And how are other people selling it cheaper than that? Probably because it's an auction. Alright, stop talking to yourself. Back to work. Photos. We get this up. Now we come over to Finder. We do the thing. Paste that in. Open folder number 1. Copy the photos. Drag them over. Try to drag them over. Wait for them to upload. If you move anything while it's still loading, it like breaks it and it never finishes. Save and next. And as you can see, I'm manually moving photo number 1 down to photo number 3 spot. Once I figure out how I'm going to host photos temporarily so that I don't even have to do this step, there will just be URLs to the photos that eBay downloads and imports. Apparently that's a possibility, and if I can get a host figured out, it'd be nice to test it and make sure it works. Because if it does, it would save me everything I'm doing right now. Then all I would have to do is fill in any other missing gaps. Like, it doesn't really seem like I can it doesn't seem like I can automatically set if it was graded or not by a grading company through the CSV, and it doesn't seem like I can set the card condition automatically through the CSV, which is confusing to me because everything else can automatically go in, but there might be some things that I can't automate without the API, and maybe even with the API, there might be things I can't automate. I don't know. I don't know how other people's apps that do this stuff for their card businesses works. I'm just trying to make a tool to make my life easier. All right, well, first things first. We know that the only one of them is damaged. So we'll just grab 4 of them at the same time, come down to condition, change those to ungraded and lightly played. I feel like I'm going to fall asleep sitting here. Great times, great times. I should probably stop on that. And then card condition, change to ungraded and damaged. Okay, now let's go ahead and set their category, because we want to make sure we have our store category set to base set 2, which I believe is actually possible for me to automate. I just haven't added that in yet. I want the CSV generation piece of this to be customizable by me. Like I want to be able to edit this and choose which fields there are and what goes into the ones that are the same every time. Stuff like that. But for now, this is fine. Okay, let's get the location on, which would be, why did I click that? Whatever. Let's go ahead and get that set up too. I don't know, but I think I need to go and apply this to 601 other listings. All of this stuff. Like, it just randomly made me make these policies today, and I've never had them before, and everything's worked fine. So hopefully, when I get a sale, everything continues to work fine. Okay, so done with the policies. Let's get the location this time. It's like I'm commission, right? There we go. It would be nice if when you see these things, if you clicked on it, the thing would pop up and have you work on it. But instead, it doesn't do anything. Whatever. Let's get the item, shipping details, package details. This all should have came over in the CSV, but for some reason it's not, which was a big piece of why I started looking into the API, and it seemed really difficult to even get involved with using the API. There's always something in the way of you having the reality you want. You just kind of have to chip away at it until you get something that works. What else am I doing? I'm distracted again. Let's go and look at one. It's after midnight now. Okay, we've got our pictures, we've got our title. Got our SKU. Got the item specifics. Like all that stuff comes over. That's not auto-populated by eBay, that's coming over in the CSV. Okay, the bulk edit worked. The description worked. Price worked. It's not a regular package. I think everything's good. Okay. Submit. 5 more cards listed. So that took longer than normal, about an hour to do 5 cards. So 1 card every, what is that, 15 minutes? 60 divided by 5. 30. I don't want to do math right now, guys. Anyhow, so that is a quick little demo of my little card system that I've been working on forever. Oh, we got a new feedback. These are all refreshing. I just wanted to see if any of these didn't have it yet, but they all seem to have updated themselves. Got 1 new feedback. All right, well, now I can go back to my batch one last time. And I'm supposed to be able to mark it as listed from here. I would like to make some kind of visual color change on the ones that are listed where I can see that they're done. And I want a color change for ones that are not listed yet. And I want a color change for ones that are only in here for like testing or for training. Like everything back before this was all training stuff. So I don't know. It would just be nice to be able to like visually separate it. As I process more stuff, I'll have rows and rows forever. But yeah, that's why I keep track of all this. The last step, actually. I need to write down the batch ID. Move my keyboard carefully. Use this extreme Sharpie. And that is 2026-0214-B. So 2026-0214-. Happy Valentine's Day. Yes. About that much at the bottom. For these teeny tiny starter batches, I've been bending over the bottom of this so that when I sell a card from this set and I pick it up out of the card sorter, it kind of pulls the cards with it. So let me put those away. And that's that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this weird little behind the scenes demo of my tool that I made to make my life easier and somehow made my life more complicated. See you next time.